Chu, gesturing to the third figure, are you ready? Figure 3 I'm ready. Chu then it's settled. Xenu interrupts. Xenu no. Chu no. Xenu this is my plan. I'm taking control of it. I will be the candidate. A mixture of surprise and puzzlement comes over the 12 men. Xenu looks at Cole, the president of the Galactic News Corp, a mega media corporation that controls large areas of news outlets. Xenu make me look good in the media, Cole. Cole, every news channel will proclaim your glory, Xenu. You have my word. Int. Council chambers, de loyal officers are seated around a table. A holographic display above the table shows Xenu at a rally. Many cheering citizens are in attendance. One of the loyal officers speaks, Aten. Continued, 12. Aten, the people want us to do something, now. We must choose him. Rawl, I'm not sure about the choice. I've heard many things about Xenu and the way he conducts business. I don't trust him. Aten, what specifically makes you so weary of him? Rawl, I believe it's possible if elected, he would use the war as an excuse to pass draconian law. Lad, sarcastically, possible? Aten, the people are afraid of more grey attacks. Rawl, I'm telling you, we drove the greys out. The idea of marauding greys still hiding in Confederation space is media hype, nothing more. A sense of urgency comes over the group. Aten, the Government Oversight Committee stated it's possible some grey elements could have been left behind. Abandoned by their fleet. Rawl, that's speculation at best. Where's the proof? Lad, another loyal officer chimes in. He attempts to change the subject. Lad, electing Xenu could ease the tension between us and the people. Continued, 13. Rawl, can't. Would the people still be at ease if they really understood all of his proposals? Personal income tax? Credit reports? Identity cards for all citizens? Lad, desperate times call for desperate measures. Rawl shakes his head no. Rawl, the Confederation has faced many threats in the past. It never wavered from its founding principles. I see no need to start now. Aten, it is the only way, Rawl. But of course, the final vote is yours. After an intense beat. Rawl, we serve the people, so be it. Rawl stares at the holographic image of Xenu. The candidate most popular with the people. The image burns in his mind. Int. Galactic Hall of the People, De Xenu speaks to the assemble. The proceedings are being recorded by floating camera bots and broadcast across the Confederation. Xenu, greetings my fellow citizens. I come before you a humble man. A man who has been given a great honor to serve the Galactic Confederation. And as promised, if elected, my first action would be to pass an executive order that would create the Confederation's first all-human police organization, the Galactic Defense Force. And I have just signed that order into law. Thunderous applause fills the auditorium. Except for the loyal officers. Rawl particularly looks stoic. Continued, 14. This doesn't go unnoticed by Xenu. Xenu, can't. This force will be dedicated to the safety and security of the people. It will work in coordination with the loyal officers to ensure that another grey attack never happens again. Rawl peers at Xenu. His words echo in his mind. Rawl turns to his most trusted friend and fellow loyal officer, Mish. Rawl, I hope I did the right thing, Mish. Mish, you did, my friend. You did. The applause continues. Fade out, fade in, EXT space, Teegeeak, a beautiful blue and white planet, Teegeeak, rotates peacefully in space. Several DC-8-shaped planetary evacuation vehicles, each capable of holding hundreds of thousands of people, glide into orbit. Superimpose, planet Teegeeak 10 years later, EXT prairie, day, an endless visage of grass and shrubs sway gently in the breeze. A sharp contrast to the massive plumes of smoke in the far distance. A large shadow sweeps across the field. Above flies an almost invincible spaceship, the interceptor Pt.2. The flagship of the loyal officers. It moves at incredible speeds towards the plums. A voice is heard. Continued, 15. RAL, OS, filtered through radio, Base 1, we're closing in on the volcano, over. Base 1, OS, copy that Pt.2. Int. Pt.2, bridge, continuous RAL and Mish sit at the command center. Mish, we're almost on target. RAL nods yes. RAL, get me as close as you can, Mish you bet. A buzz noise comes in over the console. It's Lieutenant Zell, of the Teegeeak branch of the Galactic Defense Force. Mish RAL, we have an incoming communication from Lieutenant Zell of the GDF Teegeeak branch. RAL rolls his eyes. RAL, go ahead Zell. Int. Base 1, Day Zell monitors Pt.2 on his computer screen, a suspicious look on his face. Irritated. His demeanor exudes a law and order mentality. Zell, into COMM device, planetary evac ships are in orbit commander. Just give the order. 16 Int. Pt.2, bridge, continuous RAL calmly leans into the intercom. RAL, copy that Zell. But give me 10 minutes, and I'll have this situation under control. RAL turns to Mish. He shakes his head. RAL, can't. These emergency response boys always overreact. Mish, yeah, the first thing they want to do is relocate everybody when things get a little rough. Int. Base 1, Day, continuous. Zell clenches his jaw. He doesn't like to be second-guessed about anything. He turns to an advisor standing next to him. Zell, whispering, bitter-sounding, it's inappropriate to have the governor leading such a dangerous mission. We really should be dealing with this. Advisor, the entire planet's in danger and he plays flyboy hero. A drop-dead gorgeous strawberry blonde, confident, with the body of a goddess, and a left hook that could stop an elephant, overhears this exchange. Min, another loyal officer, steps forward. Zell and his advisor notice her approaching. They shrink, looking like two schoolboys about to get scolded. Min, boys, do I need to remind you that you're talking about our leader? The voice of the People's Congress and a war hero? Continued, 17. Zell attempts to compose himself. He gulps, then puts on his phony tough policeman persona in an attempt to gain control of the situation. Zell, no disrespect intended, Lady Min. We're simply concerned about his safety. Lady Min gives an unfriendly smirk. Min, good answer guys. Int. Pt.2, hangar. RAL enters the hangar. He speaks into his wrist. COMM. RAL, Mish, I'm suiting up. Mish, OS, okay. Good luck RAL. RAL clicks a button on a belt around his waist. Glowing partials trickle out and cover him from head to toe. Theta armor coalescing into what looks like iridescent metal. The Theta symbol emblazoned on his chest. The armor looks as hard as diamonds. He steps up to the launch bay doors. Loud clangs echo with each step. He picks up the H-345 thermo device, straps it to his back, then opens the hangar door. A tremendous blast of air fills the hangar. RAL looks out the open door. Blue sky and fluffy clouds zip by. He bolts for the door and leaps out. EXT supervolcano, Day, continuous. A smoldering and fiery landscape stretch as far as the eye can see. Lava spews up into the air. A supervolcano, ready to unleash a destructive power that could level the continent and threaten all life on Teegeeak. From above this hellish scene, a shiny object falls from the sky. It hurtles toward the ground, striking it with incredible force. Continued, 18. Tons of rubble explode upwards from the collision. Inside the impact crater, kneeling, is RAL. He quickly stands, then jumps into action so fast he's almost a blur. RAL crisscrosses the molten lava landscape. An eruption explodes in front of him. He leaps over it, lands on his feet and continues, all in one non-stop motion. Mish's voice comes in. Mish, OS, you're almost there Rawl. Remember you've only got one shot. Rawl is blown over by another micro-explosion. He lands hard but is unharmed. Rawl, sarcastic, thanks Mish. I almost forgot. He gets to his feet again and bolts up a mountainside. Rawl comes upon a cave entrance. Inside, is the heart of the supervolcano's rage. He enters. Int. Supervolcano, day as Rawl enters the cave, he looks like an ant compared to the enormity of the cavernous expanse. Further down, at the bottom of a steep valley, flows a river of lava. Rawl runs deeper into the mountain, reaching the lava river. He takes the H345 thermo device off his back and places it near the edge of the cliff above the lava flow. He pushes some buttons. The device activates. A screen shows a 2-minute countdown. Then a massive quake rocks the cave. A tidal wave of molten lava engulfs Rawl at the same time knocking the thermo device over the cliff. 19 int. Pride when, Bridge Mish looks at his computer screen. He sees that Revolt's in trouble. Mish Rawl. Do you copy? Nothing comes back over the airwaves. Mish, can't. Rawl. Come in. Int. Volcano, day a mound of hardening lava steams as it cools. It cracks and explodes. Rawl flicks off the remaining pieces and rushes to the cliff edge. He looks over and sees the thermo device perched on a rocky outcrop below. The countdown reads 45 seconds and counting. He's got to haul ass. Rawl Mish, the device is in place. I'm coming out now. Int. Pride when, Bridge, continuous Mish looks calmer now that he's heard Rawl's voice. But there's a sense of urgency in his reply. Mish make it fast. This whole area is going to be a super-cooled winter wonderland in about 30 seconds. EXT supervolcano, day Rawl runs out of the cave. He looks up to see Pride when hovering above. Its hangar door open. He leaps with superhuman strength and lands on the hatch. Int. Pride when, hangar Rawl safely inside Pride when, without a moment to lose. He clicks his communication device. Continued, 20. Rawl Mish, punch it. EXT supervolcano, Pride when, day with a blast from its jets, Pride when rockets away just as the thermo device detonates. A blinding flash of light emanates out of the volcano. Instantly the eruption stops. The lava solidifies. Ice spreads across the mountain and the surrounding area for miles. The supervolcano is completely dormant, frozen solid. The planet is saved. The same may not be said for the Pride when. The ice blast shock wave is so powerful it even freezes the air. The wave is right behind the ship, getting closer. If the ship gets caught in the wave it could spell disaster. Int. Pride when, Bridge Mish is furiously working the helm as beads of sweat trickle down his forehead. Rawl hops into the command chair. Rawl report. Mish, we're about to find what it's like to be a popsicle. EXT Pride when the ice blast shock wave slightly brushes the back of the ship. Ice crystals begin to form on the tail. The interceptor is about to be engulfed. 21 int. Pride when, Bridge, continuous Rawl and Mish strain as the G-forces push them back in their chairs. EXT Pride when the shock wave seems poised to overtake the ship. But one last blast of the ship's rockets pushes it out of the wave's reach. The interceptor escapes. The ship's undamaged. The shock wave dissipates. Int. Pride when, Bridge Rawl sets back in his chair. He lets out a deep sigh of relief. He looks over at Mish who does the same. Rawl smiles. Another brush with death, another escape. Mish, we're out of range of the blast. We're out of danger. Rawl, well done Mish. Take us back to base. Mish setting